Hello, my name is Joe, and welcome to another edition of Joe's Super Fantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'm in the World of Warcraft Classic Edition. And I'm having fun questing with my Warlock and my Mage. And we're down here in the Barrens, and it's time to start killing brigands. Because brigands have been bad, and there's a bounty that's been placed on them, and we're more than happy to kill anybody that we're paid to. Generally, we try to avoid killing people for free because, well, it's just not profitable. But hey, you know, we're not too critical of people that offer us a bag of gold to go commit some murders. Never mind as to whether or not there's any judicial authority behind mandating summary executions. If they're willing to pay, we're willing to kill. Yeah, World of Warcraft is kind of morally gray like that. It's like, you know, you have all these people that offer you money to go kill people. And the question never comes up as to, are you legally empowered to order the summary execution of this person? You know, will I get in trouble for doing this? It's just like, oh, you got gold? Great. I'll go kill those guys. No problem. It's just one of those things that I always thought about whenever I would play WoW, and I'm like, oh, this seems kind of strange. Oh, that's right. I forget, I'm in WoW Classic. I should be using my wands more often. In fact, here, let's see if we can get away with just straight up pounding them down with wands. La 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 la. The fun thing about wands is it's all auto attack, so I can just, you know... Come on, Mage. Good grief. The other problem with the wand is that it's a toggle. So sometimes one character is not ready, and so only one of them will start shooting, and then you click it again to try and get the other character to do it, and then it untoggles the first character, and it's like, ah. So I have people all the time, they're like, I want to try multi-boxing. I'm like, are you sure? It's really frustrating, you know? Well, it can be. I mean, the game was really designed for you to play one character. Although Blizzards weren't happy to take your money, so you can have as many accounts as you want. I've heard tales of one character, or I mean, one player. What am I saying? One character on another server, and what he does is, I think he like, multi-boxes 40 accounts. Talk about having more money than sense. Everybody hates him, because he just goes around the server killing everything, and people complain to Blizzard, and Blizzard has no issues with it because he subscribes to 40 accounts. Money talks. Okay, sorry, I had to mute it here for a second there. Do 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 do. And then I'm also competing for kills here to ensure that I get them before they are tagged, since we're dealing in a classic world here. So in order to get my kills, I gotta hit them first. Oh, can't do that while in combat. I want the chest! Me, me, me! Why am I in combat? I'm not fighting with anybody. Go kill that person. Gimme, 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 gimme! Yeah, he had the same thought. Yoink! Denied. Eh, Classic is a little bit more brutal than WoW Retail. There's no multi-tap here. Well, not that chests ever were, but... Baron Longshore, huh? And I'm here for your head. By totally amazing coincidence. In fact, not only me, but my mage as well. Okay, although we have the Baron's head, we have a lot of other people to dispatch. Oops, can't let my mage get killed here. I have a lot of people who ask me about multi-boxing entire parties, and that's one of the things. The more characters you're multi-boxing, again, you're focused on, you know, all the drops, plus all the health of all the characters, and sometimes I get distracted just with 2 characters, or 3 characters, imagine 5. But since there is a lot of interest in multi-boxing, I was planning on making a series of videos where I demonstrate multi-boxing with larger parties, you know, so 3 and 4 and eventually 5, so that, you know, if you want to run dungeons by yourself, you're that antisocial, and you have the money to spare on all the accounts, because for each character you see here on the screen that I'm playing, that does require a separate subscription. Now, the characters are on the same Battle.net account, and I was actually surprised. I received some feedback on YouTube from some people that I guess were not aware that you could actually have more than one World of Warcraft account on a Battle.net account. Now, in the old days, depending on how long you've been playing World of Warcraft, we used to log into World of Warcraft directly with a username and password. Now we log in through a Battle.net client, and the Battle.net client's authentication is separate from the WoW client itself. And the Battle.net client allows you to log into all your other Battle.net titles too. So you don't require an individual login for World of Warcraft. And you can tie multiple World of Warcraft accounts to a single Battle.net account. I have 5, for example. Okay, apparently we still have South Seas Cannoneers to deal with. And we're not the only ones. I'm just using the tab key here. Yeah, the tab key allows you to cycle to your nearest target. So it's a quick way to scan around and look for things, and you can just say tab, 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 tab. And when you get within range of a potential target, it will bring it up for you. Now I don't need him because I just need Cannoneers. So I'm going to go ahead and leave those other types of bad guys for the other players to dispatch. I think the Cannoneers are the women. Oh, no, I guess here's a dwarf who's a Cannoneer. Makes sense. There's one. Alright, well, we'll go through this mob in order to get to him. Okay, someone could come and yoink him from us, so I'd rather pull him first. Oh, that doesn't feel good. Okay, so there we go. Got another one. Let's see. He's got loot for my mage. This is something I get asked about quite a bit, and they say, Joe, are you using any macros for looting? And the answer is no. There are macros that allow you to, with a single click, have all the characters attempt to loot something. However, the loot only spawns for, well, certain characters. Moreover, I'm using a first-person shooter mouse, so it's very easy for me to go across, you know, it has like a 10,000 DPI or something like that. It's something absurd. So for what that does is that I only have to move my mouse an inch and I'm on the other screen. So it's very easy for me to mouse back and forth and click to loot on the various different items that come up. And I'm surrounded by multiple screens. I've got 4 monitors here, and I'm planning on adding more in the future. Of course, you might be saying, Joe, what would you do with all those monitors? It's like, well, you know, if I'm dual boxing, you know, one screen for each game client, then a screen for what is it? Twitch, you know, if I'm streaming, a screen for OBS, potentially another screen, you know, for the actual chat so that I see it, you know, so forth and so on. I try not to cram it all on, you know, a couple of screens. I know there are some people that do it, and they will cram everything together on a screen, and hey, if you could do that, good luck on you. For me, it's just too annoying, and monitors are too cheap. I mean, my monitors that are doing things like monitoring Twitch or OBS don't have to be the highest resolution. They can be lower res monitors, especially for things like chat. And you can find monitors these days in pawn shops. I'll give you a good example. It's not the highest resolution. It's only 1024 by 768, but it's good enough to just watch to make sure you're seeing alerts. I picked up a monitor the other day for $18. That's with taxes. So I'm all about cheap, inexpensive monitors just so that I can see what's going on. Of course, you know, this is not like the uber pretty setup where it's like, oh, look, I've got my glass panel and I've got my little amateur plumbing going on where I've got all my liquid cooled components and I put dye in the water and it glows in the dark with UV light and blah blah blah. You know, it's like no, mine just works. It's not pretty at all. I've just got a big desk that surrounds me and monitors all over it, and they're all different monitors. But it works. That's all that matters, is that it works. So my computers are not pretty. They don't light up with LEDs. They don't glow in the dark with liquid cooled dye. But they compute. Although, to be honest, with my next computer, I am planning on gussying it up just a little bit in one respect. It takes up a lot of space having monitors like strewn all over the desktop, and so finally, after all these years, with my next setup, I plan to get VESA mountable monitors and put them on a nice little armature. Like I said, something that has room for at least 6 to 8 monitors. So I plan to have a few. Oh, come on. I'm whacking this thing and it's not giving me anything. finally. Yeah, one of the nice monitors that I have for monitoring things, I know I'm saying the word monitor way too much. AOC makes a USB powered monitor, and I have one. I bought it just to see how it worked out, and it works out really well. It's it all it is just it's a panel, and it takes a USB cable. The USB is 3.0, and it provides all the power and all the data to the monitor. Now, this is not really a gaming monitor. It has something like a 25 millisecond refresh time, but that's good enough for text, and it's 1080p. So, I can, like I said, I could put up OBS or Twitch or some other thing that I'm just keeping an eye on that doesn't require, like really super fast response times. Like, well, heck, I have watched videos on it, and they look just fine. Maybe my eye just doesn't see the differences the way that other people do. But I like it so much, and it's so small and convenient since there's just one cord that goes in the back of the thing, and it's VESA mountable. I plan to get a couple of these things, put them up on a little tree, and so they're a bit smaller. I forget how many inches this thing is. Let's see, what is this thing? I don't know how many inches it is. It's one of my smaller ones. It's okay. You know what? I will look it up because I mentioned it. So. Oh, but I've got the thing turned on. Well, you know what? Another time.
Welcome to Ratchet. Hope you're looking for work. Keep it quick, kid. I ain't got all day.
Okay, so let's turn in these quests rather than talk about monitors. It wants me to take the Miner's Fortune. Or... which, to be honest, I don't really like that quest. The drop rate is miserable. Oh well. I'll let Zygor, quote-unquote, help me.
Yo! Be good!
And let me guess. Go to Gazlowe.
I sure could use your help, kid.
Okay, good. They're all synced up. Okay. Telescopic lens. Horde Pest Control. Well, that's not a nice name for a guild. We're Alliance Pest Control. Because if there are any alliance, they're a pest. Speaking of guilds, if anybody is interested in joining me, as you can see, we are here on the... Oh, shoot, I forgot what the name of the realm is. This realm. And I remember it was the very first one. I believe it's Atiesh, or however you pronounce it. And our only criteria to join is that you can't be a jerk. All the guild members have the ability to invite. The reason is that, well, if you think someone's cool, maybe everybody else in the guild will too. If, however, it turns out that they're not cool, well, it falls to me to put a footprint in their backside and show them the door. So I take on that responsibility. So never feel that you can't invite somebody if you're in the guild and you're like, well, I don't know, would it be okay to invite this person? The answer is yes. Invite everybody. If they turn out to be bad, I'll take care of it. Of course, you may ask yourself, Joe, what happens if you have someone who is actually bad enough that you have to kick them out? How do you keep them out? Because someone could invite them back. I actually did have that happen where there was someone who acted up and they were unpleasant. I mean, really unpleasant. I'll be nice and not say exactly why. But there was some profanity and threats involved. However, they had a friend in the guild who kept inviting them back again and again, and I was like, okay, I get it. We're going to play this little game. And at the time, I didn't bother to look up to see who it was that was inviting them, and I wasn't going to change the rule about everybody is welcome to invite, even though this person knew they were inviting someone who had been kicked out and was banned. And so I just created a kick macro. So just as with any other command that you can put here, /G, what is it, G kick or I'm trying to remember what the actual command is. I think that's what it is. And so you can just put in the names of the characters that are giving you problems. And so every time I would log in, I would just run that macro. And eventually they got tired of inviting the person that I didn't want in the guild, that I had told them, look, this person's banned. Every time I log in, they will be kicked again. So go ahead. You can keep inviting them if you want. But it's not going to do you any good. Once I put someone on the kick macro, they never came off. I just learned the hard way that it wasn't worth trying to rehabilitate people. If they chose to be a jerk and went out of their way to cause problems, there was nothing I could do. I can't help someone to not be a jerk. So, and I would have people that would try to sneak in like 6 months later. Like, oh, maybe he's forgotten. Psh, oh, he logged in and I'm kicked out again. Nope, the kick macro never forgets. Okay, collect shipment of boots. Better chest. Oh, hey, I'll take that. Baron Longshore. They're not going to let me do this. Uh-oh. Can you tank this guy for me, please? Oh, you know what I could be doing? Oh boy, this is not doing as much damage as I was hoping. Okay, got him though. Don't want to lose my mage here. There we go. So we just had to get the attention off of the mage. You know what? That's right. What am I doing? I forget. My mage can make food. I'm still not used to playing a mage. This is basically the first mage that I will have ever actually leveled. I just never had the patience for them. And so it doesn't occur to me to use their abilities. Okay, shipment of boots, huh? Oh, that's it. Okay, they both have their boots. Oh, and ta-da! Here's some minerals. Can always use these. Okay, let's see. What's the easiest? I guess the easiest route back is just up along the coast here. Of course, it looks like there are plenty of players to knock down the brigands, so we shouldn't see too much opposition along the way. Oh, look at this. This must be another multi-boxer. This person must be playing all 5 accounts. So this is exactly what people have been asking me about. They're like, well, what if I did a whole party? Well, I'm going to guess that this is probably the healer, and these 3 are the DPS, and of course you have your tank. And I guess they're all druids. So it's a full druid party. But notice how all these guys are on follow. So what my guess is that the 3 DPS are following the tank, and the healer is following one of the DPS. That's why the healer appears to drop back from everybody else. So that's an example of a multi-boxed group of 5 accounts. Eventually, I'll make some videos demonstrating that. It's just, it gets kind of pricey. Because you have to figure, you know, $15 a month, you know, multiplied by 5. I might just do my tutorial videos using trial accounts in order to save money. But I have been pleasantly surprised with the amount of interest that I see in the videos that I've done regarding multiboxing, which encourages me to make more of them. And, you know, granted I'm multiboxing right now, but I mean tutorial-wise, since everybody wants to be able to learn how to do what I'm doing, it seems. Well, except for that one vocal crowd that opposes multiboxing because either they can't afford it, can't figure it out, or have some kind of bizarre idea of morality where they think, it's not fair, how dare you play multiple accounts? Yeah. And I'm going to guess that that probably stems from, I was in a battleground, I had the flag, I was about to make the capture, and then some evil multi-boxer shot me 5 times, and you know, because he was playing 5 accounts and I died, and it's because of those multi-boxing cheaters. Yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I would love to hear in the comments on YouTube, have you been violated by a multi-boxer? Is that why you hate it? Was it painful? Yeah, that one guy that I was mentioning where everybody complains because he's playing like 40 accounts. My goodness. Like I said, more money than sense. So he is his own raid, and he goes around killing quest givers and doing other bad stuff, and, you know, is nigh unstoppable, you know, because they're all max level characters and they have uber gear because, you know, he can do all his own dungeons and get all his own stuff. And so all the players weep and they're like, I hate this server. Hey, Blizzard. They're always selling out. Oh, I guess we're going back to the crossroads, huh? Well, save money. I will be running back to the crossroads. Yeah, my hearth is not cooled down enough to simply hearth there. Let's see, and well, actually, I do have a little bit of silver, but I don't feel like spending it on flying back and forth. It gets kind of expensive. Money feels like it has real value in WoW Classic, because things are definitely not handed to you. Healer for Wailing Caverns. I've got a healer. You know what? Maybe I should switch over to my healer and give it a try. Be kind of fun. I hate leaving these characters out here in the middle of nowhere because I would like for them to get the rested experience, but I've been wanting to get my healer into Wailing Caverns. So let's see. My healer is actually on the account that my mage is on, so let me switch over real quick and see whether or not I can get into Wailing Caverns group. And if so, then we'll go ahead and we'll end this video here. In fact, it's probably safer to do so. So join me next time here on Joe Superfantabulous PC Gaming Channel, where I'll have a whole lot more fun in World of Warcraft Classic. And who knows, maybe we'll be healing Wailing Caverns next time. See you then.